Hi everybody, Trademark attorney Josh Gerben here. And I want to go on a little bit of a rant today because we've been getting a lot of phone calls lately from prospective clients that tell us, I've already done a trademark search online. I'm just looking for some help to file my application. The one thing I can guarantee you, as somebody that has done thousands of trademark searches over the course of the last decade and has experimented with every single search software that I can find online and have paid some of these AI algorithm software companies for access to their programs to test. And what I can tell you is that there is no trademark search software where you can just type in your trademark and miraculously be told of every potential problem that exists. That technology, even in today's AI world, simply does not exist. So no matter what website you found, whether it's the Patent and Trademark Office's website, whether it's a website of a private law firm, or whether it's a website of one of these companies that's offering AI-driven trademark searches, these are all initial screening tools. And what that means is you can put your trademark in there and get some feedback, and you can look for very obvious problems. So they are a good place to start, but they are far from definitive. And there's two reasons that these types of searches just simply are not definitive. One is the user. If you are not an experienced trademark attorney and you're looking at a list of search results, you could easily miss issues and problems that you think, oh, this trademark's not like mine. And that's great if you think that, but will the USPTO think that when they review your application? Will that other company think that when they see your product or service in the marketplace? The second reason that these searches simply do not work is the software that's available is just not always smart enough to find all potential conflicts. Let's take my dad's automotive repair center as an example. The name of the company is Tires, Etc., ETC period. Okay, not all spelled out. If you do a search on the USPTO website for Tires, Etc., spelled out because you wanted to open a Tires, Etc. location, you would not even see his federally registered trademark. But if you tried to file the application, there's a ginormous risk that USPTO would deny that application, and an even higher risk that you would receive a cease and desist letter from me on behalf of my dad. And I see it day in and day out. People call me and tell me, hey, I've already done a search, or, oh, well, why can't you just do a search right now while we're on the phone? These searches, when done right, take 3 hours of time at least, and multiple people looking at it. Because sometimes if you're looking for something that's not there, and you're trying to prove that something's not there, you need to take extra time if you're not finding anything. So take this as my public service announcement that you simply cannot do a conclusive trademark search with any of the tools that you can find online. Now, I know this sounds extraordinarily self-serving for an attorney that does trademarks for a living to stand up here and say this, but over the last 11 years as I've run my law practice, the vast majority of clients that have been sued for trademark infringement or people that have come to me because they've been sued for trademark infringement never did a proper clearance search and got an opinion from an attorney. Okay, so if you've selected your name and you're out there in the marketplace, or you've selected your name and you're like, I don't want to run a search, or I'm going to run this limited search and just file my application, you can get sued for trademark infringement and never have seen it coming. At the end of the day, a firm like mine, we use a professional grade software and trademark searchers that have spent literally the last 10 years doing trademark searches. So this skill of the searcher and the skill of the software, and when you combine the two, you can get an incredibly accurate report and view of potential issues with your trademark. Now this is going to cost a little bit more than just going online and using a free tool. But it can save you literally a couple $100 spent now can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in a rebrand or in legal fees to defend from a trademark lawsuit. So doing a trademark search on your own is a lot like going to WebMD and making a self-diagnosis. Yeah, sometimes you might find out what's going on, or you might, feel like you've got the answer to your question. But unless you go to the doctor, unless you get that X-ray or the MRI, you really don't know what's going on under the hood. So I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to talking to you soon.